Hello, this is Patrick Welch from Noobie, and I'm going to do a little review here on the new Motorola Droid RAZR phone. As you can see, as I tilt it here or turn it to its side here, if you saw the commercials for this, it is as thin as it appears in the commercial. It's unbelievably thin. As a matter of fact, by far the thinnest phone I've ever held in my hand. A little byproduct of that actually is it does feel a little light in my hands, to the point when I first picked it up, I thought it was, I almost had an impression that it was a cheap phone, which it is far from, as you'll see by the end of this video, but it felt just a little light in my hands, almost too light, but I think in the long run that's going to be a tremendous advantage of not having to carry around such a bulky phone. I'm just so used to the bulkier phones, this one kind of caught me by surprise. It's going to be a little hard to see here. I'll try and zoom in, but it's probably going to be a little blurry. But that top row up there, the font is just a tiny bit smaller. The text area is just a bit smaller than I'm used to. Not hard to read or anything. It's just wasn't quite used to it being a little smaller than I have on my current phone, which by the way is an HTC Thunderbolt. Just some other general specs about the phone. It is a 4G LTE phone running on Verizon, meaning you're going to get the incredible speeds if you get in that 4G market. Of course, it drops down to 3G if it needs to as well. On the back, it has an 8 megapixel camera. The front camera is a 1.3 megapixel camera. The video shoots at a full 1080p. It does come with 16 gigabytes of internal memory and a 16 gigabyte micro SD card pre-installed. And that does support up to 32 gigabytes on the micro SD card. But by far, one of the better features of it is the processor inside is a dual-core 1.2 gigahertz processor, making this the fastest phone by far that I've ever reviewed. Most of the other phones are just a dual-core 1 gigahertz processor. The 1.2 makes it just that much faster. A couple of features I liked about this phone, and again, this isn't necessarily unique to this phone. Let me go into the settings here. If you go into the call settings, I'd never seen this little feature before, which, let me find it here. Sorry, it's on the display. This in-pocket detection. I don't know if anyone had seen that before. And I know it's kind of blurry on the display here, but it does lock your device automatically when you put it in your pocket. I did test that out. I put the phone in my pocket, and sure enough, it did lock right up. It does have another feature that Bionic also had this, where you can set these text message replies. And let me go ahead and edit them. This is see if you can, a little blurry there, but number one there is sorry I was unable to answer your call. Number two is please call me again in a few minutes. 3 is I will call you back in a few minutes. And you can add or edit these messages or add your own. These messages are something that when your call comes in, you have a choice of automatically hitting one of these messages, and it will automatically reply to the person with that message. So it's kind of a neat thing. If you're in a meeting, you can have one that says, in a meeting, we'll call you right back, or whatever. People have joked. You could have one that says, please don't call me again, or I don't want to talk to you. But it's up to you. You can put whatever message you want. Some other features I like about the phone. Let me get back to the menu here. I do like the fact that everything is left to right. As I swipe the screens, they're left to right. When you go to the apps, everything is left to right. I have grown to like that a lot better than the up and down that some of the other smartphones use. Particularly on the lock screen, when you go left to right, I have an up-down on my HTC Thunderbolt where I have to swipe up or down to answer a call or unlock it. And often when I'm pulling it out of my pocket, that answers the phone, which really bugs me. So I do like the left to right. It does have, let me get back to the home screen here. I did like this little thing that tells you down here at the bottom. It's called the My Data Usage. It tells you how much data you've been using. You can launch that full screen, but it tells you some of your important data statistics so you're not guessing what how much data you're using. A couple other things it has, Motocast. Now I didn't get a chance to do or show that in the video here. I'm not going to do that, but Motocast is a piece of software you can install on your computer, and then your phone will automatically recognize that, and you can grab music, photos, documents, whatnot right off your computer from your phone without actually taking up any of the storage of the phone. So that's kind of a cool feature. It does have the HDMI port next to the charging one there. You can see the actual HDMI port, so if you want to hook up any of the video to your television or computer, if you have those ports, you can watch your video through that. The only thing I could say that if I had any complaints about it, Not many, to be honest with you, but I did have it after using it a bit. It did heat up a little bit, which when I put it back in my pocket, I could really feel the heat generating from it, but that wasn't that big of an issue. And, you know, again, it's just a gripe of mine, nothing to do with this phone. I wish that Android phones would standardize on where the home button is and where the menu button is. I'm used to home on the first slot and menu on the second, and here it's just reversed, where menu is first and home is second. Other than that, no big deal. Fantastic phone. I really enjoyed testing it out. I would definitely recommend this phone for anyone looking to get a 4G smartphone. Again, this is the Motorola Droid RAZR.